Back in the days when we were in our school days, when someone asks us what we want to become, what did we say? Doctor, lawyer, engineer. When someone comes to us with a slam book, what did we write about our dream there? Scientist, architect. But what are we doing now? When we were children, when we started learning about things in our own little world, we were curious about every little thing. We learn everything by observing, questioning, and practically trying. We were not afraid of failing. We try to use everything in various ways. We touch it, we smell it, we taste it. Basically, we try to make connection with everything. We observe every activity around us, our mom cooking, our dad reading, our brother playing. We watch movies, not because we understand it, but we are just excited by the visuals. We were just curious about activities of others. There were no gates of intelligence, moral values. We don't differentiate what is right and what is wrong. We just observe everything. We allow it to pass into our mind. We are not concerned about what people think. We were only concerned about our feeling. Out of all the activities performed by people around us, we find some activities very interesting. It may be dancing, drawing, or even reading. We want to see them again and again. We try to do them. We fail, but we don't care because we love it. We do it again, not to get any appreciation, but to make ourselves happy. Slowly, our brain starts to build cognitive abilities to support these activities. We become good at doing those things. This is what we call talent. This is where the talent is built. That's why an actor's son has a natural talent of acting, a dancer's daughter has a natural talent of dancing. Slowly we form an emotional connection with it. Boom, we fell in love with it. After a certain age, rather than thinking about our dreams, we want to become a good boy or good girl. At this point, when someone asks you what you want to become, what is your dream, we don't say what we actually want, what is our actual dream, because we think that if we say what we really want, the people might judge us. We think people might make fun out of us. We hide our dream thinking that it is not worth sharing. We degrade our dreams and we state any of the other professions which most of the people consider as good. That's why in a group of 100 people, 80% of people have similar goals like doctor, lawyer or architect. And if we want to impress others, then we say we want to become scientists, astronauts, but not because we are really interested in them. But instead, we know what our dream is, and it asks us why we are not telling about it to others. We convince ourselves that these are just words, but we still stand by our dream. At this point, you start acting on other people's opinion. You forget about your dream. You don't bother about it. You simply choose a career based on other people's opinion. You choose something what your friends, your neighbors, or your relatives are doing. Or you choose something which is different from them and difficult than their course. Not because you love it, just because you want to look great before them. Either way, you choose something which is not based on your talent, but on others' opinion. You do not even recognize that. It is very subtle that although you are going away from your dream because of you are concerned about what other people think about you, you still think that is your own choice. You join your college, you start your studies, you start your journey. You slowly realize that you are not meant for this. You slowly realize your love for your dream. You look at it. It is waiting for you. Even you want to go back to it now. But you couldn't. Because you are already in middle of something, you couldn't afford to leave it now. You think about people judging you if you drop this now. Again, you convince yourself that you will go back to your dream after completing this. With half-minded attention, you complete your studies. You want to go after your dreams now. But again the question, what people think about me comes. Along with that, your financial, social and family responsibilities come into picture. Again, you compromise. You make your dream to wait for some more time. You get into some job which you don't like. You work, you earn, you complain, you regret. With all the frustration of your work, you become low. Now, once again, your dream comes into the picture, standing before you, waiting for you to take it close to you. Even you want to do the same, but you are already trapped. You can't leave what you are doing now. You don't want to leave your secured financial position for your dreams. Even though it is not satisfactory, you don't want to risk it. And you don't want to waste all the effort you put through this journey just for the sake of your dream. When the thought of your dream comes into your mind, you feel like you can't go after it. But you don't want to accept your inability to go after your dream. Your ego may not want you to show your weakness. So, when your dream comes before you with the hope that you will go back to it, you will refuse it. Moreover, in order to boost your ego, you will tell yourself you never had a dream at all. What you are doing now is your dream, you tell to yourself. What you are thinking as your dream all these days, now you will state that as a hobby. That's it. You had a breakup with your dream. It's gone. So does your happiness. Option 1. As soon as you realize your dream, just go after it. It doesn't matter what you are doing, just leave it and go after your dream. Why do you think most of the successful people are college dropouts or quit their jobs? Because when they realized what they want, they acted on that. They left whatever they were doing. They didn't think about other people's opinion at that time, because by then they understood that living for other people's opinion will cost their happiness and life. Option 2. If you think that you can't live what you are doing just like that, then take some time out of your day, every day, and work on your craft. Utilize that time for two things. First, for mastering your art by working on it every day. Second, for creating market for your art so that you can earn sufficient income to live your life comfortably. And as the time passes, make a way to go out of the rut and live with your dream. It may take some time, even years, but once you are living with your dream, you start experiencing happiness which can't be expressed. Think about this. You have to live half of your life working. If you don't do what you love, then you can't be happy.